think we are live. Hello, hello. It's Sunday night, just almost 7:30. I'm a tiny bit early tonight. That never happens. 7:29. Oh, 7:30 now, so really right on time. Can everyone hear me okay? Let's start there and make sure that everything sounds the way it should sound. So if you can hear me, that is great. I see most people seem to be joining me on YouTube tonight, but I'm also going live into Facebook as well. So, okay, I think, oh no, you're on YouTube as well. So there we go. So the question is, can you hear me okay? Hey, Judy. Hi, Carolyn. Oh, you're on Facebook, Carolyn, and Amanda is too. Hey from Perth, sound is good. Excellent. No echo tonight. Hooray. That's really good. I think I got the echo problem worked out. I worked out what one thing I was missing. It was only something super simple. And so now I think we're good. All right. So how's everyone's weekend been? It's Sunday night here. And I know some of you are in different parts of the world. It's a little earlier. Hey, Helen, nice to see you. Hey, Deb. Nice to see everyone. And Kay, hello. So if anyone has any special requests, either for tonight or for next time, please post them in the comments. I will try and keep up with comments. Sometimes it's a little tricky for me to craft and look at comments at the same time. So if I miss something that you said, please remind me. Say it again, okay? That's probably the best way. So for anyone who hasn't met me before, my name is Linda Dolke, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia. I've been at this now for over 15 years. I can't even believe myself that I've been doing it for so long, and I just love it as much as I ever did. Oh, grandbabies, that's cool. I don't have any of those, and I don't want any right now because my kids are only 16 and 19, so no grandkids, thanks. I'll wait. But yeah, I imagine one day those might come. Who knows? Arizona, hello again, Cindy. I was wondering, I didn't want to call you the name that appears on my screen because that seemed kind of weird. So, so it's nice to know your name is Cindy. Thank you. Thank you for that. Jody, hello. We missed you on Friday night. I know you said you weren't able to be there live on Friday night. Hey, Katrina, you're freezing. Ooh, maybe. Is anyone else having that problem? I'm going to switch over to my hands in a minute, and that will be using my iPhone camera. So I'm hoping we won't have problems as we start crafting, but I don't want problems at all, really. Anyone else having a freezing problem like Katrina? Because then we'll know if it's Katrina or if it's me. Could be anything. Hey there, Joan. Nice to see you. Hi, Subu. Good morning over in the UK. Hope everyone is well. All right. So we're going to do some fun things, play around with some stuff. I actually made a new video today that'll go up on my YouTube channel. I could have put it up today, but because I had a live going up today, I didn't want to be too confusing. So it'll probably go up tomorrow. And I did actually promise this one a while ago. It was the slimline cards I said I was going to do. A flat card. Let me show you what the card looks like. So this is what the card looks like. Okay, and it's got like a flap here. Well, this side that you pull that out and open up the card from here. So it's kind of cool, but very easy. And I thought I would do a tutorial for how that is done. So that'll be on my YouTube channel probably tomorrow. Okay, so there we go. Hi to everyone all over the world. I know, isn't it cool? Oh, you watched the replay, Jody. Good. Excellent. All good. Yay. All right. Okay, let's switch over the camera and get going on my desk. So here we go. Don't you love? No more fumbling around with the phone. That still excites me every single time I do it. Now, on Friday night, hey, Michelle. Hi, Lorraine. On Friday night, I told you guys that I was originally going to play with the new embossing folders. I've got a few of them here. And we were going to play with those on Friday night, but then I had a special request and we did something different instead. So I'm going to look up the back of the catalogue. The index in the new catalogues is fantastic. Really easy to find stuff. So if you can't find something in the catalogue, because, you know, they're 88 pages or 90 pages, something like that. So obviously there's a lot of stuff to go through, and it's easy to lose stuff. The embossing folders you'll find together as a group on page 86. And I don't have all of them. I have 3 out of the 4. I don't have the hybrid one yet, although at some point I may get tempted to buy that. But it's part of the Bouquet of Love, and it's part of a die set. So that it's one of those ones where the dies and the embossing folders fit together. Okay, they work together. That's the one I don't have, but I do have these other 3. Now this one, the gingham embossing folder, is just a simple basic embossing folder that you would put it through exactly the same way as you normally do in your Big Shot or your die cut machine, whatever you might have. And then this one, the Hive one, is a 3D embossing folder, and also the Stripes and Splatters are 3D embossing folders. Okay. Hi Shelley, nice to see you. I know you like to watch on the big screen, don't you? That's nice to do. Oh, have you got the hybrid folder, Anita? You said you've used it a bit. I know, the slimline cards, yes, what you used to call long cards, but these days they're calling the in name seems to be slimline cards, Carolyn. So yeah, they're really cool, and I've also been using those slimline dies for my scrapbook pages. So really cool. They've got a lot of uses, which is really nice. So I wasn't planning on using the gingham one today. We might drag it out, but I didn't have that one pulled out. But we are going to use the Stripes and Splatters, and maybe the Hive. We'll see. I've been playing around with some things. I did some cards that some of you may have seen me post for my launch yesterday, and that's these ones. And I've actually used that Hive embossing folder on some vellum here. Can you see that okay? It's a bit tricky. I'll just turn the lamp on next to my desk and see if we can get better light. Not that one. Let's see. That might be better. Is that better? I think it is. Hey, Solvega, nice to see you. I'm wearing my Why Not Sissy dress again. I love this dress. It's my new favorite thing. All right. So you can see the embossing folder that we used on our launch cards yesterday. And I used some of the Fresh Freesia open weave ribbon because it goes perfect with the Fresh Freesia cardstock, and also the Fresh Freesia and white paper that's part of the Heart and Home DSP. Now, my favorite thing, like there are some fantastic craft companies out there who all make beautiful products and lovely things to work with. But the thing that really gets me about Stampin' Up! And what makes it stand out from the crowd is the whole coordination thing. Okay, no one else does coordination like Stampin' Up! And that's originally why I chose to join them, because I could see it would make my crafting so much easier. Like before, if I was trying to scrapbook, because I was more of a scrapbooker than I was a card maker. If I was trying to scrapbook and I was trying to match up colors, I would go off to the scrapbook shop. I'd find a cardstock I liked or some pattern paper I liked, and then I had to find the matching ribbon, and then I had to try and find the colors that all coordinated. And when I found Stampin' Up, it made it easy. That's why I love it. So that is, for me, the number one reason why you would want to buy stuff from Stampin' Up, because everything goes with everything else, okay? Shapes, colors, all sorts of stuff. Now, in this case, I've used the Fresh Freesia cardstock and, of course, the DSP and the ribbon, and then I colored with some Fresh Freesia ink, and it just works beautifully because everything matches. It's the perfect color. So just keep an eye out for that when you're looking at your crafting. If you like things to all match and go together, there are some colors you can get away with, like different shades of purple usually look okay together. And sometimes some different shades of blue are okay as well. But greens, you really have to get greens right. You know, if you've got a green that's too yellow based next to one that's too blue based, it looks wrong. So that's why it's so good to be able to get the coordination right. Hey, Cherie. Cherie, thank you for your lovely comment on my YouTube channel yesterday. That was very nice of you. Okay, let me get going on this. Okay, so the ones we're going to use tonight are the Stripes and Splatters. We're going to have a bit of a play around with them. I'm really just playing tonight because I haven't even designed the cards. I've got an idea in my head of what I'd like to do, and then we'll just see if it turns out. It usually does, and that's nice. So the thing you need to know about these couple of embossing folders, these two, the Stripes and Splatters, are sold as a bundle, and they are a smaller size because they are designed to fit into your mini cut and cut and emboss machine, okay? Whereas this guy is a wider one that will not fit in your cut and emboss machine, okay? So the advantage of these little guys is that you can get them through a smaller machine. The advantage of this one is that you can do a whole card front and it will fit the whole thing, okay? So they have their pros and cons. I do like that we have a good sampling of mini sized embossing folders, and there's some fun things we can do with these. This splatters, I like it. It reminds me of water, and that's what I kind of want to do with it tonight, is I want to give it a watery look. And then we've got this stripe. It's a messy stripe. I don't know if you can see it very well. Can you see it? Let me put something dark underneath. That might help. Put a mat underneath and you might be able to see it better. There you go. You can see that better. See how it's like a messy stripe? It's not a straight stripe. And this one is your splattery one. Okay. Thank you, Cherie. So let's have a little play. By the way, this little guy goes great with, we've got some beehive kind of, it's called the Hive embossing folder. It goes great with, there's some bees in that Heart and Home bundle, some stamps and some die cuts that cut little bees, and it looks really great with those. I like it when a bundle works together really well. So I'm going to start out, I'm actually going to start with a piece of gold. And the reason I'm doing this is because, actually I'm deciding which way I want to go with this. The reason I'm going to go with metallic is we have only 2 colors of metallic paper at the moment. We have gold and we have copper. They're the 2 we have, and they're in the annual catalogue. We do have some other metallic-y kind of glittery kind of papers, but these are the only 2 foil papers that we currently have in the annual catalogue. So we used to have silver. They brought in some silver for Christmas, but we don't have it in the annual. Okay. Yes, there's some nice ones in the annual catalogue as well, Cherie. They're really lovely. So I pulled this paper out because this is the Abstract Beauty paper, and I know, Jody, you're a big fan of this paper. It has some beautiful, beautiful colorways in it, and I thought it would look really nice with a bit of gold that was embossed. So let's have a little play with that. Now we get to choose which paper we want to use. I'm leaning towards this one. I don't know why. It's just saying my name for some reason tonight. So maybe let's just go with that. And you can see it's got some gold pieces in it. I should have given you guys a choice, I know, but tonight I just picked one. So all right, so I'm going to start with, I'm thinking, is this navy? This is Misty Moonlight. Navy or Misty Moonlight both would look lovely. They both look great. It might look better if it's on a darker background. I'm just pulling cardstock out of my scrap bucket. So I'm just getting some navy. This is when I'm very glad that you can't see me off camera, because I confess this, I just fell off my chair. So there we go. So this is what it looks like on the Misty Moonlight. That's kind of nice. And this is what it's going to look like on the navy. That's kind of nice too. Navy or Misty Moonlight? I know, isn't it nice paper? It's divine. And the cool thing about this paper, did you notice the size? It's 4 by 6. So like that's 4 inches by 6 inches. In the past, you think navy, Joan? Okay. All right. I know the Abstract Beauty Suite is lovely, but you were right, Carolyn. The DSP, I think, is the standout. It's just stunning. So let's go with this one. We'll go with this navy piece. And guess what? It's already the right size, so even better. That's actually, it's not quite the right size. I need to cut it to card front size. So that would be, in Australia, 10 centimetres across, which is roughly 4 inches. And then 14.3 centimetres, and that is the right card front size. All right, so then this piece needs to go inside that. I'm going to give it, let me see what size. I'm going to go, we'll try 7 centimetres across, which is what, 2 3/4 inches, and 13.8. So that should fit inside okay. Let's go with that. Now this piece here needs to be around about 1 inch wide. I'm going to cut it slightly bigger because I can always cut it down, but I can't go the other way, right? Yep, that's still too big. So let me cut it at the 1 inch mark. And let's see how that looks. Still a tiny bit big, maybe? Oh, it's close. I'm going to take a smidgen off it. I like there to be a little bit of a gap between my cardstock and my DSP, so you can see more of the base cardstock. I think that will be good now. Now we're not giving ourselves a lot of DSP, sorry, gold. I think you realize that. But this is what it looks like if it's not embossed. Okay, can everyone sort of see that? It's flat. So let's bring our cut and emboss machine in. And I might have to put oh, I've got the big one tonight, by the way. I could have brought in the small one, didn't I? Just grabbed the big one out of habit, really, because I usually use my big one. I'm going to lift this up a tiny bit so that you get a better view. Does that make sense? All right. Okay, so when we go to put this through, find mine. These are 3D embossing folders, so we need a 3D sandwich. Okay, that means you need your base plate, then you need the embossing folder, then the piece that we want to emboss, just like that. Pop it straight on, no clear plates. Okay, and then we need our our specialty plate. It's called it's grey, and it's the 3D specialty plate. You can buy these separate. My understanding, I should double check, but I have a feeling they come with the machine when you buy the machine. Let me double check that because I don't want to give you the wrong information. But the important thing is when you're doing the sandwich for this, you don't need any clear plates. It's just the base platform, the embossing folder with the paper inside, and then the specialty plate on top. Okay. How are you, Megan? Nice to see you there. Hi, Margaret. All right, I'm just quickly looking at the back of my catalogue because, where are we? It includes all plates needed to get started. So the specialty plate is number 7. To buy it by itself is $17.50, but it does come with the cut and emboss machine. All right, so it's a really cool, and this goes through like butter. It's so easy to push through. You don't need muscles or anything like that. If you're doing the sandwich right, it will be easy. All right, so when I open this up, can we see that? It looks like, I think it's quite like, it looks like splashes of water to me. I really like it. I guess that's the splatters. So let's put this on. Even this is nice on the other side too. I think I will use my Tombow for this. You can use seal, you can use tape, whatever you like, whatever is your favorite adhesive. My AirPods keep wanting to fall out of my ears, so hopefully they won't keep doing that. It's distracting. All right, so let's go. Now you might remember this is one of my favorite layouts and I do it a lot. Sometimes I put the strip on the left and sometimes I put the strip on the right, but I quite like it either way. So you can get a really nice effect from a small piece of foil. You don't need to cover the whole thing. I mean, I could cover the whole thing and that would be also spectacular, but when you're doing it just on a small piece like this, it does look pretty amazing. Isn't that nice? Can you all see that okay? So that extra texture created by the embossing folder really lifts this card, really makes it look special. All right, now I'm actually going to come back and I'm deciding what to do. I've got some pieces already cut left over from other cards, and I'm just going to see if I've got one that appeals to me. This is from the Stitch So Sweetly dies. That might be nice. Ooh, I rather like that. Let's see. Shall we use the Abstract Beauty stamp set? I think maybe we should. Or sorry, it's not called Abstract Beauty. It's called Beautiful You. That's what it's called. And I'm going to say this calls for a celebration because that's a nice little stamp. It's quite small in the middle of this, but don't let that worry you. We're going to add some oomph to it. And this is a bit of a big stamp, but oh well, that's okay. Oh, there goes another AirPod. They keep falling out on me. Needs a colour around the tag. You know what, Jody? I feel weird about that because we have this beautiful stitching. Sometimes though, if it doesn't have stitching, I always sponge around. If it does have stitching, I'm less inclined to do it, but we certainly can. And you know, look, there's some nice bumblebee in this, and maybe that, you know, let's do it. Let's just do it anyway. So I'm going to put this right in the middle. This calls for a celebration like that. And I'm thinking other colors that are in here. Balmy blue is in here, so let's go with balmy blue. And we're going to go and add some blobs of color over the top. Some of you may have seen me do this before. This is a really nice set for doing this. So let me see how dark this is initially, because I think it's fairly dark. Yes, that is quite dark. So stamped off is good. I'm going to one side. I'm going to ink it up again, stamp it off. It's just too dark. There we go. Bit of a blobby look. Now, if we wanted to, we could, you know, keep going and make your blob extend out further. There we go. I'll call that done. Any color. All right, so I have got left over from another project. I've got a blending brush here. I've also got some sponge daubers. Sponge daubers are better for going around. Let's see. The blending brushes are a little bit soft for going around a shape like that. Right, so but yeah, it's, if you have a stitched edge, you don't have to feel that you have to sponge around. I mean, it'll look fine, but the stitching sometimes by itself is lovely. I like that simple kind of a look. Okay, let's pop this on a couple of dimensionals. Of course, my dimensionals are empty there. I just need to grab another one. Here we go, a new one. Now I'm only going to put on a couple. I'm not going to put them everywhere because I want to be able to slide something in underneath. And that gives me a bit of scope to do that. Middle or up? Maybe middle. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let's go middle. All right. Now, if I did want to go with the bow punch is really lovely, and that is a nice thing to add. And we can do, but we don't need to. We've got this lovely gold, and I'm wondering if another lot of sparkle is too much sparkle, maybe. Maybe I'll just add some bling instead. Look, we've got this beautiful polished pink bling here. Let's use that. I love these jewels. I think they're really nice. Let's add another one of those up the top. Okay, that'll need to go on a white card base, of course, and then I will probably call that a finished card, but I'm deciding whether I would like, I feel like it still needs something, maybe a bit of ribbon, but very simple. It really is just the embossing folder, and if you want ever to get maximum oomph out of your embossing folders, emboss foil, okay? It always looks amazing. And it shows up so well under lights. It's easy to photograph, it's easy to video. It's a really nice thing to do if you're looking at making It looks much, much better, don't you think, than just the plain flat gold. So there we go. I will add a ribbon to that. I think maybe some seam binding. There we go, dropping stuff all over the place. I'm thinking maybe this, and I could also color the seam binding ribbon. So instead of white seam binding ribbon, we could end up with pink or blue or whatever color we like, or yellow. So I'll have a little think about what color I would like to do that and come back to that one. All right. Let me just pop these couple of colors away. And then what I want to do is something a little bit different. We're going to do something different with our embossing folders. All right, so I've got my base plate here. I've got my specialty plate, and I am going to do the splattery one again. I can see that I'll probably use the splattery one more than the stripy one. I like them both. I like the messy stripes. Do you guys have a favorite? Which one do you guys like? What do you think? Get these stamps clean. All right. So for the next one, I am thinking that maybe I want to use, so these I've cut previously, so they're about the right size. They're, yeah, the right size to the folder. And I'm going to put this right in here, and we're going to end up embossing this piece of white. But what I want to do first is I want to actually open it up, and we're going to apply some color to the inside. Okay. Now, you might feel when you put your fingers in that one side is raised and the other side is like indented. So one is going to emboss and one is going to deboss. You know, one will send the image out and the other will send it in. So thinking about where the, if I was to add color to the inside of my folder, I'll put this under here so I can see it better. If I had color to the inside of my folder, if I add it on the side that has the raised image inside when I put my fingers, then that image is going to impress in the paper. And if I do it on this side, then the background is going to go into the paper. So when you're deciding which side you want to have your color on, you need to have a little think. So in my case, this is going to be the right size because I don't want to do the background. I want to do the actual blotches. Let's call them blotches. So I'm thinking Misty Moonlight. Does everyone realize that Misty Moonlight, as well as the color family that it belongs to, is going to be retiring in a few months' time? So we're coming up to the end of the current annual catalogue. So I'm going to actually very, very lightly drag my ink pad over this. Now, there are a number of different ways you can do this. You can, you know, if I tap it, you're going to get a slightly different effect again. Actually, I like that better. You can also sponge some color on, but you just need to do it very lightly because we don't want to push hard and end up with it all over the background as well. We just want to get it on those blotches. Okay, does that make sense what I'm doing there? Yes, I think the splatter one is more useful, Karen. How are you, by the way? Now I'm going to put this inside the folder, and I'm going to close the folder. And I'm going to try to move it as little as possible. Once it's in there, we want it to just stay where it is. I think some of you have probably seen this done before. It's a really fun technique because you can get some really nice effects with it. So let's remember it's a 3D folder, so we don't need our clear plates at all. We just use the base plate, the paper inside the folder, and then the grey specialty plate. All right, just make sure that it's covered and then wind it through. I know, me too, Anita. I'm going to miss, that's probably the colour I'm going to miss the most. And surprisingly, I ended up falling in love with Bumblebee, which I didn't think I would. And it's probably my favourite yellow. So I'm going to miss those two in particular. Cinnamon Cider, I don't have to love. Just Jade I will miss. Just Jade's been a fun colour. I mean, look, this is Just Jade. Isn't that a beautiful green? So beautiful. But yeah, I will miss that one. So there's a couple of colours in that bunch that I've become very partial to. All right, let's have a little look at this now. So when we open it, you can see it's embossed on this side. But then when we look at the other side, look what's happened here. Isn't that cool? We've got this not only embossed, but colored, splattery kind of thing going on. Very interesting. Looks a little bit like looking at a, I probably shouldn't say this at the moment, but you know, a bit like looking at a virus under the microscope. Let's not talk about that, shall we? So then I would clean this off with baby wipes, and you know, then it's ready to go again. And it's just water-based ink, so it's not going to be a big drama. All right, so let's grab some bits and pieces here. I use Misty Moonlight ink, so let's go with Misty Moonlight cardstock, and I'm going to start with this is card front size, so 10 centimeters across by 14.3 is your card front size. It goes onto a card base. Okay, now this piece here is a little smaller. That's okay. I'm going to cut it so it's fitting in correctly, and that's going to be around about, let's try 12.3 and see how that goes. Isn't that cool? I do like that. Yes, well, every year they bring out, actually I've cut, you know what, ever so tiny bit too much off. So I'm going to take a tiny edge of this. And I think I like that better. That's looking good. All right, so that's about right. What do we think of that? Do we like it? All right, let's ink around the edges. So you'll be happy, Jodie. I'm going to ink around the edges of this, and I'm just going to slide my ink pad around the edges of my paper. Sometimes I can't be bothered finding a dauber, and if it's not too, you know, I don't need to really get a soft look, then just sliding your paper around the edges is enough to lift that edge, so it doesn't look unfinished. I always get excited about the new colors. Oh, you know what? I'm wondering, every now and then they do what they call a color refresh, and those color refreshes are usually every 5 years or so, and it's been a while since we had one. I don't know. I have no authority to say this, but every year I think, ooh, we might be coming close to a color refresh. Sometimes they do a partial refresh, and sometimes they do an overhaul of the colors. So last time they did an overhaul of colors, you know, we got, you know, the brights in their current form, the subtles and the regals. Remember they put navy and merlot and mossy meadow. Yes, they put those into the neutrals, and you know, it caused all kinds of a stir. All right, so I got kind of this watery look going on here. It does look like my own DSP, exactly, and it's a really nice way to get a totally different look from your, and you can sponge colors on and sponge on different colors, which is really cool. So, you know, you could start down the bottom and sponge one color and then move into a different color and get a really lovely effect. Now, I'm actually wondering, I'm going to cover up part of my design, but I want to do something kind of interesting. So I'm going to use one of these, and we're going with a water theme today. This is the Gentle Waves stamp set. I really like this set. I think it's beautiful, and I'm going to use Misty Moonlight and Balmy Blue, or will I go Night Navy? Well, I could use all three actually. Let's do that. So I'm going to start out. When you're using a big background stamp like this, you can get a great result by using the Stamparatus. I'm not using my Stamparatus tonight, but the Stamparatus is a really good, safe way of applying a big background stamp and getting a great image. Okay. Now, when I look at this stamp, you can see the deeper water is down here and the shallower water is at the top. That's all right. Never too late, Marion. Hi, Denise. How are you going? I'm feeling fine. Thank you. Now, I'm just going to set that to one side. I'm going to ink it up in my lightest color, which is my Balmy Blue. And I'm not going to do the whole thing because I'm only going to be covering this, so I'm not going to do the whole stamp. And let's have a little play here. All right. So I've got my light Balmy Blue, and then I'm going to go to Misty Moonlight, which I'm going to do more towards the bottom and partially up. So the top of it should be the lightest waves. And then maybe just because we can, let's get Night Navy and just do a little bit of that down the bottom here. All right. Okay, then I'm going to get my piece here. Now I can put my stamp onto this, but for something like this, I like to actually, you know what, I'm not even going to go down that far. I'm going to put this up here. So the edge of this is off. Okay, I actually want the very top not to have any ink on it. And I'm just going to grab some scrap paper. This is a bit of scrap paper now because it was a ripped old bit. And I'm going to rub my fingers over it so I make good contact. So let's pull that off and see what it looks like. Okay, can you see how nice this is? I love this stamp. It is just beautiful. Right, so you can see I've got a bit of open water at the top, or sky. I didn't go all the way. Probably I could have come even further down, to be honest. But anyway, so I'm kind of creating a little scene here. And I'm going to do what I did before and add some bumblebee with my blending brush and just come over the top because we've got a bit of a sunset going on up here. Now, I can just do that and that's fine because it's such a small piece. If you wanted to, if you know you wanted to get the line, you could actually like put something over the edge here and then you'll get a stronger line. Okay, and it'll be exactly straight, but it doesn't matter too much. It's up to you. All right, so we've got our sunset kind of sky going on. If you wanted to, you could, you know, add some pink or some orange to the edges and really make it look sunsetty, but that's totally up to you. And then I'm going to bring in something else. I've got a piece, actually that will do fine, a piece of white left over from the other piece we had, and a piece of crumb cake. And I'm going to bring in a new punch. Now this punch is called, what is it called? I think I remember, if I remember rightly, it's page 70 or thereabouts. I know I saw it earlier. It is called the Sailboat Builder Punch. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to punch twice. We're going to punch and I'm going to do it again, but with the white this time because this is for the sails. Right, so I want my boat. I'm wondering how far down to put my boat, but we'll work it out. And I don't, like I said, I don't have the stamp set. Which way does this go? This way, I think. Yeah. Right, so you'll be putting the boat together. So I think we need to put it on. I'll put the, how far up do you think? Shall we put it down further? Probably. Like this. And then I'm going to put this one straight down with my Tombow. Just a little bit here. And it's going to go flat, but I'm going to put the sails on dimensionals. So we'll put a dimensional behind this sail and a dimensional behind this one. There they are. You like that? Something different. It's one of those things, sometimes I buy punches and I don't even know why I buy them or anything else for that matter, and I think, what am I going to do with that? And I didn't buy the matching stamp set. I don't know why. I like the matching stamp set. I may still get it, but I just bought the punch because I thought it was cute. Okay, just like that. So we've got our sailboat. Can you see him okay? We've got him on a sea with a bit of sunset action going on in the background there. And then I'm going to bring him back and put it here on here. Now it's going to need, it does look like water around. It's going to need some dimensionals behind and it's going to need a greeting. I don't actually, like I said, I don't have the stamp set, but let's have a little look and see if there's something else that would be kind of appropriate. I mean, you could make this into a birthday card for a guy. It's quite a nice little masculine card. How's that looking? And then we have, well, let me look at the stamp set. It says page 70. Get this out of the way. By the way, this stamp, I think it's beautiful. It goes with anything that you can think of that's got anything to do with a water theme. Absolutely looks fantastic. Even those Vikings. I have the Viking set. I don't even know why I bought it. I just did because I thought it was fun. All right, so page 70. So we've got Adventure Awaits. Hope it's your best day ever. Let your dreams set sail. That's nice. But I was thinking like a longer greeting. Something. Oh, denim ribbon. That's a great idea, Megan. Thank you. Thanks for the tip and thanks for the suggestion. I love that idea. Let's grab that. Okay, so the denim ribbon is here. Look at that. That looks really good because it's got a bit of depth to it. Just as another idea that would also look nice, we've also got this ribbon, which is like a little tiny weeny fine ribbon, and that would also look nice. But to be honest, the denim ribbon looks better because it's a darker color. So I do like that very much. So I'm thinking, doesn't that look good? Okay. So we need to find a sentiment that's going to work really well. We do have this one here. This is the special moment stamp set. This is a celebration set. So this one is free with a $180 order. And that's got some great, you know, I think you're wonderful. Happy birthday. Thinking of you. Hang in there. Hang in there is kind of nice. Just a card to say you're amazing. There's quite a few longer thin because I'd like to put across this bottom area where I've got this extra ocean down the bottom here. The Vikings are super cute. Why did I buy them though? Do I have a need for Vikings? No, I don't. But I just like them. Oh, isn't that funny? That's awesome, Cherie. I'm happy to encourage, to enable you in that way if that's what's necessary. We've got Hello Sunshine. So many nice things. So has anyone got a favorite that they think would work really, really well in this set? I haven't used this set before. Is it photopolymer? Yes, it is. So look at them all. See all the stamps in there? Lots. 21 different sentiments. It's a really good one. If you need good sentiments, Hello Sunshine, says Jody. Okay, let's do it. Let me find Hello Sunshine. That's a little one, but that's okay. I like it. Here it is. Found it. So because it's a little one, that one's probably going to go on a circle, or we don't need a strip of paper for that one. In fact, it's even going to fit on block A. So let's bring in navy ink. Excuse me. Where are we going? Excuse me, I should have brought a glass of water in before I started. Right. See, that's really nice, that Hello Sunshine, isn't it? So, hang in there, says Megan. Maybe next time I'll do that one. Jody was first with Hello Sunshine. That background stamp, Jody, Jenny, is fantastic. It's a really, really good one. I'm sorry, I don't even care if you blame me for making you get it because I think it's so good. Such a nice little sentiment. We could do a oval. What do we think about an oval? Maybe, I don't know, sometimes I think ovals are not masculine enough. But anyway, let's do it today. It works. And then I'm going to use my dauber again, and I'm going to zip around that like we did before, but with the yellow ink, because we've got yellow up here, so we can use yellow down below as well. So tonight's just a little night for me to play. I'm sort of, that looks rather good. What do you think? Do we like that? So let's add a dimensional behind that, or two. I think two. And we've managed to use a few new things on here tonight that you might not have seen before. We used the embossing folders and we added colour to the inside of the embossing folder. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, lift that off. I want to add my denim ribbon because that looks too good not to add. All right, I'm thinking about just adding it straight across. That might actually look really good. So in that case, I would use Seal or Seal Plus and add it to the back of my piece. The only thing with Seal Plus is you need to get it exactly right. I prefer personally, if I had a choice, I prefer Seal to Seal Plus. All right, let's grab my scissors and we'll just do a little edge. Oh. And the same on the other end, same angle. Just like that. And then let's bring our it's coming together quite nicely. Okay, it does look, because I think the colors and the watery look of it, I think it does look quite masculine, this little card. But it's an easy enough card, but I think that water looks fantastic. It is such a nice stamp, this one. Okay, I thoroughly recommend this stamp if you're looking for a good watery stamp. And I noticed in the catalogue, let's find it quickly, what they did with it, they used it in a couple of different ways. They did use it with the Viking set. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, I'm getting used to this. It's all in alphabetical order in here now, so that's thrown me a little bit. It's not on page number order anymore. It's called the Gentle Wave stamp, and you'll find it on page 45. It is a background stamp, which means it's the standard background price of $30. This is it here. We've got two background stamps in this catalogue, the Tile one and the Gentle Waves. So the Gentle Waves, you can see they've used it here and they've sponged over it to get a really soft look, and they've added the sailboat. And then this one here, they've used it in the background of this one here as well. A bit hard to see, sorry. Probably need to bring that up a little higher. But if you're looking at your catalogue on page 45, you'll see it there. But then if you turn over to the Vikings, where are they? Where are the Vikings? Like I said, I've got them, and I Brave Vikings, so it's under B. See, there's the Vikings. Aren't they cute? Really, really cute. So they're page 73, and they've used it on page 73 with the Vikings as well. And I think that's where I saw it and thought, oh, I really love that. See, they used it as the background behind this stamp. Can you see that? So it's done in balmy blue, the whole thing, on a white background, and then they've added the darker, looks like basic grey cardstock over the top, and they've embossed in white on that. So there's some really nice samples in some of these sets. I think it's lovely to look through at the samples and gives you a really great idea of what you can do with different things. So how do we do tonight, guys? Did we go well? I like Happy Birthday, You've Conquered another year. You're strong and brave. You've got this. I've taken a Viking to you. I'm not sure about that one, but do you think we need a Vikings card? Well, we could do that. Is that a request? Well, Jenny, I'm so sorry, but the Vikings won't be right for that, will they? They are very cute, though. A sympathy card. Okay, does that mean, okay, let me look here. I see that Jenny said that we need to, she needs a sympathy card. Would you like it? Would you like me to make a sympathy card? And the other one is, Megan said we need a Vikings card. So these requests, yes, Megan says yes. Okay, all right. Let me see what I can do with the Vikings. I'm sure we can have a lot of fun with them. I haven't even opened the set yet. It is a rubber stamp set. But I just, like I said, you've probably heard me say this before. Sometimes I just get a set because I like it. Not for any business reason or because I want to show it off or anything. I just think, oh, that's really cute. I really want that. And just get it. So I don't always act like a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator when it comes to buying things out of the catalogue. Sometimes I just buy things on impulse because they appeal to me. And this was one of those. So that's okay. Actually, I don't know. I may have got it on my free product, because when we put orders through, as soon as you go over $250, you get free product on an order. That's as a customer or as a demonstrator. So other things I've got coming this week, I've got the Cactus Cuties bundle coming. So we're going to do some stuff with that coming. Also the Honeybee bundle, which is in that Heart and Home bundle, which is up the back here. Where is it? Here it is. This one, the Honeybee Home. The Honeybee Home comes with some beautiful dies. I've just ordered that, and that's lovely, and I'm going to do some stuff with that as well. So lots of really, really cool things that are coming that I can show you. Okay. Never use the doorbell on the edge of a punch piece. Well, there you go. I always do. So no problems at all, Carol, and I hope that's helpful. All right, guys, so I hope whether you are watching on YouTube tonight or whether you were watching on Facebook that you really enjoyed creating with me, and maybe did some creating on your own maybe as well. But I hope that this inspires you and that you get some ideas about different things you can do with your dies and stamps and embossing folders. The other thing is, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, or if you're on Facebook, please like my Facebook page, so that you will see when I go live. You'll get notified, and that's always a good thing. It's good for you, and it's good for me too. So if there's no further requests or anything else that people want, I'll sign off and say goodbye. I'm going to go and put my feet up on the lounge and have a nice evening. My son just came home tonight from a few weeks at his dad's, so I want to go out and hang out with him. So you're very welcome, and I will see you all soon. Have a fantastic week, and see you Friday night. And look out for my video to do the slimline card tomorrow. Okay, guys. Bye-bye.